rhythmic clang of the train was usually a comfort to Elijah, a tired drone that signaled the end of another grueling workday. But today, that peace was shattered by a relentless, bouncing motion at the other end of the carriage. A small child, no older than 6 or 7, was using the train seats as her personal trampoline, oblivious to the glares and hushed murmurs of the other passengers. Elijah sighed, running a hand over his face. He'd seen it all before. Parents letting their kids run wild, a complete disregard for public etiquette. He considered ignoring it, burying himself deeper into his podcast, but the incessant thudding was like a drumbeat against his skull. Finally, he couldn't take it anymore. He pushed himself up, his jaw set, and made his way down the aisle. As he approached her, he saw her more clearly. Mia, a petite girl with bright, disheveled hair, continued her energetic jumps, her small hands gripping the back of the seat in front of her. Her eyes, however, weren't mischievous. They seemed distant, almost vacant, as if she were in a world of her own. Elijah cleared his throat, a sound that usually commanded attention. Mia stopped mid-bounce, freezing like a deer in headlights. Her head slowly turned, and her eyes, wide and a startling shade of blue, met his. There was no defiance, no shame, only a profound, almost innocent confusion. "Excuse me, little one," Elijah began, trying to soften his tone, "but you shouldn't be jumping on the seats. It's not safe, and it's bothering other passengers." Mia didn't respond. She just stared at him, her lips slightly parted, a tiny tremor running through her small frame. It wasn't the reaction he expected. Instead of a defiant pout or a quick apology, there was a raw vulnerability that tugged at something deep within him. He noticed a small, colorful bracelet on her wrist, almost hidden by her sleeve, with tiny, almost illegible writing. Before he could process it, a frantic voice cut through the air. "Mia! Oh, thank goodness!" A woman, Emily, rushed down the aisle, her face etched with panic and relief. She scooped Mia into her arms, hugging her tightly. Mia clung to her mother, burying her face into Emily's shoulder, a soft whimper escaping her lips. Emily looked up at Elijah, her eyes tear-filled. "I am so sorry," she whispered, her voice cracking. She got away from me for a second. I just turned my back to get her bottle, and she was gone." Elijah felt a knot of shame tighten in his stomach. He'd misjudged, and badly. "No, please, it's all right," he stammered, feeling his cheeks flush. I didn't realize." Emily managed a weak smile, gently stroking Mia's hair. "Mia has a sensory processing disorder," she explained, her voice softer now. "Sometimes when she's overwhelmed or feeling anxious, she needs to move, to feel the impact. The jumping, it helps her regulate." Elijah's heart sank. He looked at Mia, still clinging to her mother, and saw not a naughty child, but a vulnerable one, navigating a world that often felt too loud, too bright, too much. The small bracelet on her wrist now made perfect sense. It was a medical alert. "I'm so incredibly sorry," Elijah said again, more genuinely this time. I should have asked. I jumped to conclusions." Emily shook her head. "It's okay. Most people don't understand. It's hard." She shifted Mia, who was now calmer, occasionally making a soft, repetitive humming sound. "Thank you for not being too harsh, I suppose." Elijah felt a profound shift within him. His initial annoyance had morphed into a deep sense of empathy and regret. He offered to help Emily with her bags, which were still on a seat a few rows back. As they continued their journey, a quiet understanding settled between them. Elijah learned a little more about Mia and Emily's daily struggles, and Emily, in turn, saw a stranger transformed from a judge into an ally. When they finally reached their stop, Elijah helped them off the train. As Emily thanked him,
Her eyes held a gratitude that went beyond the simple act of carrying a bag. It was the gratitude for understanding, for seeing her child not as a nuisance, but a person with unique needs. Elijah watched them go, a profound lesson etched into his mind. Never judge a book by its cover, or a child by their actions. Sometimes the most challenging behaviors hide the most vulnerable hearts, and a little understanding can change everything.